to start the show. The Good Life with DT. It's Nicole. Welcome to the Good Life.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. Good Life. These boys are crazy.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. What? A Good Life.
What up, Spicoli?
Yo, DT, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? You tell me what's poppin'.
I'm ready for some wrestling. How about you?
Oh, yeah. We got a special co-host today.
This is my dude, Kris. He's with me on the radio on 98.5, and he is here. Kris, would you just like to introduce who we have with us? Because all of us are way too hype.
Okay, so here with us, we have wrestling legend Jeff Jarrett. Thank you so much for being here and doing this with us.
Kris, I appreciate you having me on. And you know what, Kris? Since we're not doing video, it's not going to look weird. You need to slide over there, get real close to DT, snuggle up. I'm not going to tell anybody, I promise you. I won't tell anybody that you three guys are working off one microphone. We're not going to tell the radio station. We're not going to give everybody a bad time. But technology is never our best friend. All kidding aside, guys, I'm ready to... Spicoli, you said lifestyle, right? We're going to talk lifestyle. Man, that I don't know. That could sound a little creepy if need be, right?
No, it's not creepy. Lifestyle, I mean, it's a way of like when I think wrestling, I think it's a way of life. And
is it ever?
When I look at your journey, the first thing I think of when I see your face is busting a guitar over somebody's head.
There you go. Are you a wrestling fan?
I am a wrestling fan.
No, Kris is a resident.
No, Kris is the big.
He's the expert.
He's the expert. I just follow. I'm here for the vibes. I follow along. I love being entertained.
So you said guitar shots. Do you have a personal favorite guitar shot from the last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett, from Slapnuts himself? Kris, do you have a personal?
Kris, spill yours.
Take it over, Kris. Take it over, my man.
I have plenty.
Oh, boy, here we go.
I think the most memorable, I do believe back in TNA, you gave one to Gail Kim.
Oh,
if I'm
wow.
not
Look at
mistaken.
him. He's kind of going old school. Like,
yeah.
pulled. I mean, that's like a random, a guy who really knows baseball and say, hey, who's your favorite? I don't know, Babe Ruth or just and you're going to go some 72 San Diego Padre shortstop that had a Golden Glove year 9 in a row. A Gail Kim guitar shot.
Listen.
Out of all the guitar shots I've given, and we're talking Fabulous Moolah, Gary Coleman, Beetlejuice.
I was just watching the Beetlejuice
And you
one
pull
earlier.
out Gail Kim 2005.
Listen,
I like it.
it was a big part of my childhood.
I was going to say, it touched you emotionally, right?
It really did.
Was it mom? Was it grandma? Was it granddad? Was it aunt, uncle? Like, who was with you in that endearing moment when your heart just got completely sucked in and said, I like this guy who hits women with guitars? That's where it all went wrong, right?
That's where it all went wrong.
Yeah.
That one, I think I was really by myself. That could have kept that one to myself.
Oh, boy. Spicoli. Have you ever asked Kris, either on or off air, other things that he did by himself?
Kris has done some things,
But we don't want to get into
Yeah, I don't want to get into that here.
it's a lifestyle channel, a lifestyle podcast. But
I'm kind of interested now.
DT's mom listens, bro, so we just got to...
What's that got to do with anything? Ask him the question.
hey, let me just say this.
Yes.
I know without question, me and DT's mom go way back. She's done a lot of things by herself.
The fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Where did this radio go wrong? See, I got you guys three lined up over
We
there.
ain't on radio. This is free range. You can say whatever you want on here. There ain't no restrictions. Mom, what the fuck?
You didn't realize I was going to be interviewing you guys now.
Right.
About intimate relationships with Kris that he's had with himself, a guitar, a television, and the remote.
Kris, like I've always said, Kris has done some things.
Oh, boy. All right, Kris. Okay, we're just kind of we're ruining this moment, aren't we? We hadn't even got to talk about lifestyles or comedy. You're the one who pulled out the 1972 San Diego Padre, just guitar shot.
Sometimes I nerd out a bit when it comes to wrestling.
Okay,
you know?
all right.
And then, so first of all, I just want to say thank you for being here and doing this. And thank you for being one of the most hated people of my childhood.
Well, there you go. It pays well.
You know, you did a great job. You did a great job.
I don't like you. I seriously, I don't like you. I hope you don't like me.
That's
Me
fair.
and Spicoli, we're on the same level.
You
He's
guys-
the most hated man in Omaha, Council Bluffs, and 3 or 4 other dive bars around here. I'm kidding.
I feel like he did more research on you.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
know Spicoli.
Yeah.
He knows
I
you.
was on his own stomping grounds, man. The stories I heard this morning about him, oh my gosh. Only man I know to ever get thrown out of a JUCO.
Oh my God.
Damn, dude.
You want to talk about that really
Do
quick?
we want to talk about an intimate no,
Look, I'm about to put you in the stroke.
Oh shit! I was like, I'm getting the camera. Right now.
DT? Here he goes about these intimate moments with Kris. Man, where did we go wrong, guys?
Podcast gone off the rails already.
Yeah, it
Good
has.
job, Kris.
What's the
Listen.
name of this pod?
The Good Life.
Guys. Kris, did you really just say that?
I did.
And you took the podcast, maybe the 3rd minute in, to an intimate moment by yourself. And the name of the podcast is The Good Life.
I sure did.
Okay.
I'll own it.
All right,
I'll
let's keep
own it.
rolling, guys. Let's keep rolling. Get a little uncomfortable in here, but that's okay.
Okay. So it's AEW's debut here in Council Bluffs in the area. How does it feel to like break into a new market and test the waters? How does that feel?
I've been doing this, as you know, 3rd generation. My grandmother got into wrestling in 1946, selling wrestling tickets, and then she did everything really but wrestle, promoted and you name it. And she worked her way up to what we would call a CFO, and then my dad got in the business, and he promoted first, then he wrestled, then went back to promoting. So it's in my blood. I'm a 3rd generation, but as far as going into new markets, you know, I've been coming to Omaha since I was thinking about that this morning. Woke up in downtown, stayed over at the Hilton, and I was just thinking about, I think it was 93. Omaha is a, back in the day, if you will, is a huge wrestling stop and lots of wrestling done in this town. And I've never been at the MAC here. I've never performed here. And so when you go into new buildings, and that's one of my favorite things as a promoter, is to open up a building with a wrestling show. Nothing like that. People come out and get the vibe, and it's just kind of like the new car smell. We're going to get in there and raise hell, and for sure you're going to spill something day one in your new car. But no, I'm tickled to death. We were just in Denver on Wednesday doing Dynamite tomorrow night, Collision here at the MAC, and then head on to Des Moines next Wednesday. But it's great. You know, the brand of AEW, we just celebrated 5 years last month in Vegas. Out at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and just kind of the conversations that a lot of folks had that have been in the business a while. You know, there's folks in our company that have had a short stint, and then there's other guys kind of like me that have been in 10, 20, 30 years. And to see what AEW's done in 5 years is truly, it's unbelievable. You know, 5 hours of network television, pay-per-views last year at Wembley, literally set a record in professional wrestling, not just AEW, over 81,000 paid. So lots of things going on in the world of AEW.
Man, for sure. And so it's also really cool, especially
You
with
didn't
this
write down
being-
questions, did you?
Oh, I did.
Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. I wish we were doing video.
Listen, when I tell you when I was preparing for this interview, I was so nervous. You're the first wrestler that I've ever been able to interview.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's
Here
like
we go.
it's a moment for me.
Hey, I'll do $40 an autograph, $40 a picture, combo 50. We'll call it a deal. Spicoli, I'll kick back 20 to you if you get him to buy it twice. Thank you. Go ahead, Kris. I'm busting you.
Oh, but with it being in a new market, this is the first time Collision's come here. The first time AEW has been here.
Yep.
We're on the road to Forbidden Door.
Oh boy.
And you never know who's going to show up to issue a challenge. And tomorrow night,
Just time out. Spicoli, did you see him smile when he said the Forbidden Door? We're talking The Good Life, so go ahead. I know it's the name of the pay-per-view. Go ahead.
Could you tell us if you've heard any rumblings of any special surprises we may see tomorrow
Buddy,
night?
today, I'm going to give you a surprise.
Ooh.
Just between DT's mom, Spicoli, and you, Kris. The surprise is I'm not going to tell you a damn thing about that show. But no, hey, it is, all kidding aside, that's one of the things that AEW, kind of a bright spot or a real strength, is that embracing other promotions around the world. You know, you go back generations. That's professional wrestling always did that at different flavors, but AEW's taken it to another level. And CMLL has, been around 100 years, almost 100 years in Mexico, and New Japan. They've been around since the 60s in Japan. And so for those three promotions, AEW, bringing them together, Long Island at the end of this month on pay-per-view, it'll be it's one thing I can say this truthfully, and you can't say this a lot in professional wrestling, but on AEW pay-per-views, Kris, would you say that we always over-deliver?
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah, we do.
For
We
sure.
over-deliver, and I just think Forbidden Door has that recipe to do that exponentially more.
Oh, see, now I'm even more excited.
Yes, sir. Get ready.
Even
Get
more
ready.
excited. Okay.
Spicoli,
Okay.
are you getting paid for today's podcast? Because I see right away, DT, he acted like he ran the soundboard and audio board. He screwed this thing up all to all heaven. You come over here. You don't have to run point. You just threw the keys over to Kris. Kris, is it just me and you solo?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm here for
I don't
it.
want to talk wrestling. I want to talk Spicoli, Omaha late nights.
Oh, Spicoli. Well, you want to talk about some late nights?
Well, I'm married now, but the late nights.
That's the laziest disclaimer in the world.
Well, I mean,
What's her name? Do you share that on the
Oh
air?
yeah, of course. Emily, you're my wife.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Bless your heart, Emily. Bless your heart.
Well, I need a guitar. I need a guitar right
For
now.
Emily or me?
For you.
Oh.
I need a guitar for you.
DT, can I ask you a question?
I guess, man. What's up?
Do you know Emily?
Do I? Yeah, I know Emily.
Does Emily deserve Spicoli?
Damn.
Good or bad?
Damn.
She took one for the team.
She did.
What team? What the hell? Give the
save-
phone back
save
to
the
Kris.
women from
Give the
Spicoli.
mic back to Kris. We've gotten these intimate moments and forbidden doors
Sorry,
and the good
Emily.
life.
Sorry,
You are amazing. Oh, my goodness.
Here we go.
So,
Do you think Emily thinks Spicoli's amazing? Yes. Put yourself over, damn it. Come on now.
he's great. He's great.
Ain't I great? That's what
You
you
have
say.
your
They don't
moments.
get that. They don't get the ain't I
You
great
do have to
reference.
put yourself over. You have to.
They don't get those great. You don't even get that reference, do you? Ain't I great? Whew, man, he doesn't. Google it. DT, can you Google ain't I great? Double J. It's a catchphrase, guys. Kris, it just went right over your head. I really thought you were a wrestling expert, but
Listen.
you have failed majorly. Go ahead.
Okay, you signed with AEW back in 2022.
Yep.
You've held a lot of hats throughout your career, from creative to in-ring talent. What is your role like within AEW today? And how
Business
has it
development,
changed?
but it's, you know what, and that's something that I love. I mean, obviously, my on-screen, The Last Outlaw. I've been doing this 37 years. I feel, all kidding aside, incredibly blessed to get to do what I still do. Going down to Mexico next week and performing in baseball stadium in Tijuana, it'll be 25,000 plus. So I do not take that for granted. But as far as behind the scenes, I'm in business development. Maximizing revenue streams or creating new revenue streams, and it's something that's kind of in my blood. Yesterday, I was getting ready, doing a couple of different things, but I was packing to come up here for my media day. One of my daughters was just like, "Dad, you love this stuff, don't you?" You know, because she's in college and in and out, and I'm like, I do. I love it more today than I did when I broke in, and I just think the opportunities are unlimited. You guys in the radio business, it's radically changed. We're sitting here doing a podcast that's going to end up probably snips a little bit here and there on the show, and social media and just technology has changed all of our lives, and wrestling business is no different. But when I broke in, you had about 5 to 7 minutes on every Saturday to try to peddle your wares and to connect with your audience. nowadays we can connect 24/7, 365, all kinds of platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, tweets, all that kind of stuff. So it energizes me, and I got a passion for it. So I'm always looking for different ways to, how do I connect with the audience, with or without Emily?
And you do a great job. You definitely do a great job connecting with the audience. And let's talk about that a little bit. Your connection with the audience. How have you built that connection over these years?
A lot of TV. No, a lot of work. It is. It is a consistent. That's something that, you know, I'm one of 5 kids, and my other 4 siblings really had no interest in the business, and that's cool. But I always just loved it. Spicoli, you've been doing what you've been doing a long time. You obviously got a passion for it. I tell guys, I've done seminars for the last, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. And look, I tell them really 2 things. Learn the fundamentals. DT missed that seminar. He doesn't know how to do the fundamentals of a podcast.
Why am I here?
Yeah, why are you here? Just to get pounded on. You're the one who brought 2 mics with a 4-man show, but that's a whole nother story. But I tell folks when they do seminars or they come in and ask advice, I said, man, 2 things. Learn the fundamentals. Truly be able to have a match or do a promo with anybody and everybody. And then the other thing is, and this may sound crazy, you really have to have the mindset, I'm going to do it without the fame and without the fortune. If you can really do it because you love it, you're going to have a career.
Man, that is incredible.
That's prophetic.
It really
That
is.
is an intimate piece of information.
The intimacy of the good life, people.
Oh,
That's what we're here for.
He's creepy, guys. He's creepy.
You talked about giving seminars. That was actually one of the questions I was curious about. What's your relationship like with the younger talent, and do you kind of have like a mentorship role with anyone in particular?
Not anyone in particular. I'm very careful about that. I think I still have a few nightmares. I'll leave the names out, but, you know, breaking in, you always have the old timer who comes up and you almost know that they didn't really watch the whole match or whatever it is, and they just kind of rip into you and criticize you. And I've taken many ass whoopings and tongue lashings, and it comes with the territory, but you don't really get anything out of that. So I always, at this stage in my career, if somebody comes up to me and genuinely asks, I'm all for. I'm going to do everything. I will over-deliver in trying to mentor. On the flip side to that is, at the end of the day, here's the real reality of it is, they teach me more than they realize.
Really?
Because it is a young man's game. My grandmother taught me that. My dad taught me that. And kind of taking that mindset is, I stick to my fundamentals and basics, but I also listen to the audience, and I'm trying to figure out what the young guys are doing. I can't dive off I'm not, the athleticism in today's game is unparalleled. It's truly unbelievable. Will Ospreay's a guy. You ought to check him out, Spicoli. His athletic ability is off the charts. He is so good at what he does from an athletic standpoint, but there are certain things that time takes time. And so I try to watch what they do different to connect the audience. So it's always a work in progress. When you stop learning, you stop living. I truly believe that.
You mentioned Ospreay.
Hey, Kris, give him the damn microphone. It ain't your freaking show.
You're right.
You've taken over. My God, Spicoli.
I know.
How quickly he forgets.
He does. He's just like taking up.
You took him under the learning tree.
I did. And now
Taught
he's
him
just,
everything he knows.
I did. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, he's just
I
going to
do.
do what he
Fire
wants
his
to
ass. Oh, sorry.
We have to wrap it up. The most important question I've been dying to ask you.
Oh, boy. No. I do not have dreadlocks in my future like you.
You don't?
Don't.
Okay.
You don't like my weave, my wave?
Listen, I love it. I'm going to probably try it out myself.
Okay.
If I can get my hair curly like that.
That's a lie. You're lying.
But how
oh my gosh!
many
Did you hear
guitars-
that silence? This is going to get ready. Can you kind of put in music back in post and just like fill this, like maybe a Jeopardy and the thing like Kris is trying to think of a question or
I'm going to now.
yeah. Here we go. All right, dramatic pause. Right when you ask this question, ask as if you're like, who's your favorite artist, like musically?
Music artist, probably Tech Nine.
My man Tech Nine?
Yes, that's
Get
my
the
favorite.
hell out of
That's
here.
my favorite.
Pretend you are sitting in front of Tech. I'm
Okay.
going to ask him a very important question. I want to hear the dramatic pause. You're interviewing him on a red carpet
Okay.
before a music awards show.
Okay.
The camera's on. In 3, 2.
Tech.
Yes,
Jeff.
Kris.
At your peak, how many guitars did you go through a week?
Thing like, did DT screw up? did he cut his mic?
That was a long pause.
That's going for the dramatic effect. That's the worst freaking question in the world. The last one. How many did I go through? No, I have no idea. I've been through an awful lot. There's been through iterations. The WCW days, they used Hollywood prop guitars that were like true balsa wood. I've had some that were straight out of the pawn shop that have put a few stitches in a guy's heads and everything in between, but I have no idea. But the El Kabong has done me well through the years. I'll just say that.
It surely has. Well, I guess we're out of time. Thank you so much, Jeff, for taking time out of your busy schedule.
I love
to
it.
Talk with us.
I love
we
it.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. This was incredible to have like my first interview with a pro wrestler.
Right
And for
on.
it to be a legend
You
like
did.
yourself.
I mean, you did absolutely below average. But other than that, I mean, Kris, you've learned pretty much nothing from Spicoli, but I appreciate you having me on. Okay, guys.
Sorry for messing the mics up. My mom and Emily are going to be thrilled that you were on, though, man. So
But not you, DT. I get it. Thank you, sir.
I got to plug all these mics that didn't do a damn thing. So.
Jeff, truly an honor, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. We had so much fun. You were unlike any other. We've had so many artists on here, so many guests, and to be able to just shoot the shit with you, it was a real blast, man.
It was a lot of fun.
And
I've
looking
enjoyed
forward
it.
to see where everything goes with what you're going to do and the surprises you have in store, especially at Forbidden Door.
Oh, boy. Who's Forbidden Door? AEW's Forbidden Door or Chris's Forbidden Door?
That is for everyone to judge for themselves.
Emily, peace out.
All the way. We're gonna fly out and run it wild.
Until the midnight hour.